What is up guys, Joe here, welcome back to my channel, and today we have another episode of FreeLanda, and in this one we have quite an exciting episode actually. We're of course coming off our great win in Montreal, back in form, and of course we start today with the World Championships. In fact, before jumping into the road race, we do have something to look at. Of course, we didn't participate in the individual time trial, we are a terrible time trialist. Let's take a look at the top three though. In third place, we have Chris Froome. In second place, we have Rowan Dennis, the previous champion, over 30 seconds down on the new time trial champion of the world, Nairo Quintana. Anyhow guys, the World Championships are upon us. 257 kilometers today in hilly terrain in Spain, of course our home race. So I would love it if we have a chance at this one. You can see the favourites are Alaphilippe, Peter Sagan and Maxi Schachmann. We're not actually on the favourites list, but we'll definitely give it a good go today. And looking at our teammates for the race, of course, with the national team, we're probably the joint leader with Alejandro Valverde. We also have Jesus Herrada, Gorka Izagirre, Luis Leon Sanchez, Jon Aberasturi, Louis Mas and Carlos Barbero. When you think of World Championships in Spain, you don't quite think of conditions like this. Terrible conditions today, as you see. We get a 0 race day, and I think the same for team leader Alejandro Valverde. And you can see he is the leader outsider. We get free elements, so we're not really supporting Valverde as such, but he is the main team leader. So 7 riders up the road in today's breakaway, including our teammate Mas Bonnet. You can see this Polish rider, no idea how to pronounce that. We've got Albacini, Goncalves, Basitkov, Hugo Hull and Lucas Postelberger. We're about 125k into the race, and I must say the pace has been absolutely nowhere so far. You can see we've literally used no yellow, just sat on 60 the whole way. I'm hoping the pace really increases now, because we need it to be a hard race if we want a chance in this one. So like I hope, the pace in this one has exploded somewhat. You can see just 68 riders in the front group. Look at the energy of some of our riders as well. Also worth noting, 30 km/h crosswinds today. So we do need to be very careful, try and stay to the front if we can. I think we've done a very good job looking after our energy so far. So you can see Mas Bonnet about to be brought in from the breakaway, Albacini as well. Only Lucas Postelberger left up the road, and you can see 45 riders left in the peloton. I can't quite believe how much so many riders are struggling, to be honest. I guess these crosswinds are causing real problems. So it must be said there's been a very strange feel to the final of this race. 33 guys in the peloton. Pace seems to be very slow. I think there's a few kind of sprinters here. We've got Trentin, Christoph, Caleb Ewan, a lot of teams trying to settle for a sprint, it would seem. I'm going to try and attack on this next climb. Here we go then guys, it's happening. Julian Alaphilippe on the attack and Peter Sagan follows. Oh my word, we missed the move. I was ready to attack. I tried to follow Toons, he couldn't stay with those guys. Alaphilippe and Sagan have a big lead. That is perfect for the race though. Now some other teams are going to have to bring them in. Hopefully they can, and we can just sit in this group. Just 20 riders in this group, that is unbelievable. Not quite sure why so many people are having so many issues in this race. So you can see we have this little section of climbing coming up. It's Gorka Izagirre doing a great job for the team. He's almost done now though. Let's pace on 85. Make sure we stay somewhat towards the front of this 19-man group. It's Maxi Schachmann doing the pacing at the moment. You can see Van Baarle is done. Langeveld is now done as well. Valverde wants me to help him, but to be fair, we're feeling a lot better than him. Let's go up to 99 on this downhill just to make sure we stay in this group of now 16 riders led by Schachmann. 40 seconds up to Sagan and Julian Alaphilippe. So there has been a move. Dylan Toons tried an attack. Couldn't get near Sagan and Alaphilippe. Still 40 seconds up the road to those few guys. Looks like Toons is still trying to pace. We need this group to close the gap before this next climb. Here we go then guys. It's Tunison on the front, but we have a minute up to Sagan and Alaphilippe. I need to do something about this, I think. Let's go up to 85 with Landa. Van Avermaet, is he trying something? We'll at least follow Greg Van Avermaet or Maxi Schachmann. We're blocking Schachmann somewhat. Let's try and follow the German though. He is following Greg Van Avermaet up this climb. We have just 5 riders now in this group. And you can see it's Tunison and Trentin as well. It's Valverde who will sit behind in that group of 10 riders. Looks like Sagan has been dropped by Julian Alaphilippe. We're doing our best to stay here, but I don't think we quite have enough to really challenge Julian Alaphilippe, who looks fantastic today. It must be said. The 6 riders in the group behind, you can see them right there. We have now caught Peter Sagan. I'm going to move to Trentin's wheel because I don't think Schachmann looks that good, to be fair. And you can see still 50 seconds up to Julian Alaphilippe. Not a lot of climbing left here either. So you can see the few riders from that group behind have joined us, the likes of Stybar and Lutsenko. I'm really doing my best to conserve some energy because you can see the gap to Julian Alaphilippe just 30 seconds at this point with only this section of climbing coming up. Let's up the pace to 85 with Michael Landa. Maybe follow Lutsenko. Let's go up to 85 right now. Maybe try a little attack away from this group with Michael Landa. We can go on 85 right now. Can we join Julian Alaphilippe up the road? It's pretty close. We're struggling for energy, and you can see we have joined Julian Alaphilippe. We're riding past the Frenchman. Maybe we can go up to 85 briefly, try and drop him into this downhill section, and you can see we have just 18 seconds to 3 riders, Sagan, Schachmann and Tunison. Trentin and Van Avermaet have joined us though. Let's follow Greg Van Avermaet into the finish, which is quickly coming up. We're pretty much out of energy. We're going to have to sprint for it against these few guys. We're going to struggle. Let's try and jump past them right now. Michael Landa, Van Avermaet, Trentin and Julian Alaphilippe going for the rainbow bands. And it is Julian Alaphilippe taking the win ahead of Van Avermaet. Trentin in 3rd. We get a fantastic 4th place here. So the World Championships go to France, and Julian Alaphilippe adds to his ever-growing resume. What a rider this man is. I think we did pretty well, a top 5 place in the World Championships. Very good result for Landa. I think we're in pretty good form at the moment. Looking good for Lombardia. So we're now into October and really in the build-up to Lombardia. And we start today with the Giro dell'Emilia. Very hilly final, as you can see, a little circuit. The final climb, 2.2 kilometers, average of almost 8% though. And you can see some strong riders in this race. The new world champion Julian Alaphilippe is here. We've got Pogačar, Mollema, Adam Yates, and we are 5th on the favourites list. And taking a very quick look at the team to help us out in these Italian races, we've got Pouls, Domen Novak, Rafael Vals, Ivan Garcia Cortina, Herman Pernsteiner, and the talented Santi Petrago. So we're underway here in Italy. You can see Pouls on a -5 day, and we do get a very good look at the new world champion Julian Alaphilippe sporting his new rainbow bands. So you can see 6 riders up the road in today's breakaway. You can see them all right here. I think Aliotti is a very good young climber, and you can see the other guys in the group. So we have 40k to go in the race, and we are just entering this final circuit. We have 5 climbs in total. It's been a blistering pace on the front by Quickstep so far, trying to set up their new world champion. Also Trek and UAE on the front for Pogačar and Mollema, you would assume. So it has been an absolutely electrifying pace so far by UAE and Quickstep. Some very strong domestiques here for Alaphilippe and Pogačar. You can see Petrago is now done. We have just Pernsteiner left. He's about to die though, I think, as Brandon McNulty and Ballerini set a electrifying pace still on the front. We have just over 10k to go. Looks like Ballerini could be done. I'm going to try and set a little pace. Don't think we'll try and attack. Let's just sit in this group for now, I think. 21 riders in the peloton. So it's an early move, and it's Sergio Higuita going off the front. Flores, Pogačar, Alaphilippe, Mollema, all the big guns are following, and you can see just 9 riders left in this group. My word, I didn't quite expect that. Very, very select at this point in the race. Adam Yates struggling to hold Izaguirre's wheel. It's a massive attack by Higuita. We'll continue on to the front, try a little punchy attack. Try and whittle the numbers away if anyone can't stay with us. And Bauke Mollema is done. Looks like we have just 8 riders in the front group now. So 6k to go in the race. We're coming downhill. You can see Izagirre, Conrad, Yates. We've got Flores, Higuita, Alaphilippe, Pogacar and Landa. Mollema doesn't seem to have it today. We need to use our energy gel into the final 4k. We can maybe up this to maybe 60. We've got enough yellow, I think, to make it to the line. We've got enough red as well. Let's see how we do in this one. Alaphilippe and Pogacar sat on our wheel at the moment. Let's up this to 95. We're going to move to Tadej Pogacar's wheel. Maybe Julian Alaphilippe, Patrick Conrad. Let's try and take someone's wheel here. We're struggling at the moment. 1.3k to go. We can maybe sprint after this steeper section. Let's sprint for it with Mikel Landa as Conrad is done. That's not ideal. Looks like Higuita's done. I think today it's between Pogacar and Alaphilippe. Very, very close between these two guys. I think Pogacar might have it, you know. Very, very close. But Tadej Pogacar is going to win the Giro dell'Emilia ahead of Julian Alaphilippe. We're going to cruise across the line for a nice third place just ahead of Higuita and Flores. So Pogacar and Alaphilippe were in a world of their own today. I think we were slightly blocked by Conrad, who just didn't have it. I wanted to try and stay on Pogacar and Alaphilippe's wheel, but it got very crowded. We kind of got crowded out in the end. 18 seconds down in a group with Higuita and Flores. But I think we can be very happy. Good preparation for the upcoming Lombardia today. So another Italian race today, guys, and you can see 196 kilometers. More of a flatter stage. It's classified as punchy though. Slight uphill finish. More for the sprinters though, and that means our teammate Ivan Garcia Cortina is the big favourite ahead of the likes of Ulissi and Madouas. I think we'll be supporting Ivan Garcia Cortina today. So we're underway, and it's pretty disappointing to see our leader Ivan Garcia Cortina on a -4 day. Don't think he can really contend in form like that. Maybe we can try a little attack towards the end. So we've had plenty of attacks trying to get in today's breakaway. You can see 9 riders up the road. You can see the group right here. So we have 40k to go in the race. You can see just 41 riders in the peloton as well. We still have some riders up from the original breakaway, but the pace really very high at the moment, and we need it to be if we want to stand a chance today. And to be fair to Ivan Garcia Cortina, he's surviving pretty well with a bit of energy left. So we're just entering the climb for the penultimate climb in the race. I think my plan is to basically sit in on this climb, and then we will try a little attack on the final ascent of this climb, assuming no one else tries an attack. Then if we can hold on for the win, fantastic. If actually, to be fair, Ulissi is on the attack. I do want to try and follow that. Higuita's following as well. Let's try and follow these guys. Ulissi has about 10 seconds at the moment. We're not going to be able to get off the front. We'll try and stay here, but we need to try and follow Diego Ulissi here. So we didn't manage to get off the front, and Diego Ulissi is 20 seconds clear at the moment. 20k to go in the race. It's a long way to go by himself. Is there counter-attacks here? I think we're just going to sit in the peloton until that final climb and hope Ulissi gets brought in. So Ulissi was caught fairly comfortably, in fairness. 28 riders will compete for the win in this one, it seems. I'm just following Cavagna's wheel, staying towards the front of the peloton as the pace has slowed somewhat. But it is time to attack with Mikel Landa. I think Garcia Cortina can last to the end pretty comfortably. Let's come up to the climb, up to 99. Let's attack away from the peloton, see if we can create some separation. Unable to at the moment, it would seem. It's a strong attack though, and I think we will be able to drop Cavagna pretty soon. Maybe not, and there you go, Cavagna finally unable to hold the wheel. Let's try and hold this to the line, but to be fair, I don't think we're going to be able to. So following that downhill section, let's just pace on 90. We have 17 seconds, 19 seconds. So we did open up a little lead on that downhill section, but it's being closed very quickly now on this flatter section. I think we're in a bit of trouble here. Hopefully Garcia Cortina has enough to compete in that sprint coming up. So 4.5k to go. We're still out front with Landa, but 5 seconds back to the peloton, and we are now caught. Do want to keep the pace going because I think that will help Garcia Cortina. I think we'll just follow Diego Ulissi now actually into the final 2.5k. The pace does slow. Garcia Cortina struggling a bit with the pace, but he's got enough red to challenge in the sprints. Let's up the pace now for Garcia Cortina up to 99. Into the final kilometre, let's sprint with Mikel Landa. Where is Garcia Cortina? Can he challenge for the win in this one? It doesn't look like he has it today. The win will go to Archibald, will it? Ahead of Ulysses. Shane Archibald, the flying mullet, gets the win today. Garcia Cortina will be 7th in the end. I don't think many people would have picked Shane Archibald, the man from New Zealand, to win this one, but a great win, beating Ulysses and Bevin in the sprint. Garcia Cortina, a shame he wasn't quite on form today. So again, we're in Italy today, guys. Over 200 kilometers to cover in this one for the Tre Valli Varasini. You can see it's more hilly today. Certainly will suit Landa a bit more, but again, it is our teammate Ivan Garcia Cortina that is the favourite. We'll see if he's on form. If not, we'll of course go for ourselves. So we're underway in Italy, and you can see a very nice +1 day for Mikel. Looking at supposed team leader though, Garcia Cortina, another terrible day for him. Same with Pools as well. Looks like these guys are pretty much done for the season. So still over 100k to go in the race. You can see we're now on this circuit, which we do plenty of times. Then the circuit does change and we have a steeper hill in the final. I think we'll have to try and attack on that climb. Also, you can see the 6 riders up in the breakaway right here. So less than 40k to go in the race, and you can see the pace very, very fast, set primarily by UAE at the moment. We're looking very good with regards to our yellow, especially compared to our teammates. Just 50 riders left in the peloton. This race is about to get pretty serious, I think. So we've got some early attacks here. It's Ulysses and FreeLanda going off the front. Vendrame will try to follow. I'm just going to sit in the peloton at the moment. We've still got CCC here with plenty of teammates. Just 22 riders in this group. You can see we are the only rider remaining from Bahrain McLaren. That group is now caught, and you can see just kind of one circuit left in the race now. Here we go then, the race isn't far from being decided. You can see we have this very short flat section, then it's steep uphill. Plenty of teammates in this group for CCC, who are probably the most dangerous team at the moment. Vendrame still here, plenty of Agituella Mondial riders as well. Let's come into this climb pretty fast with Mikel. Can we try one of our now trademark attacks right here? De La Parte, our compatriot from Spain, will try to stay with us. It's a strong attack by Landa. Let's use that energy gel. You can see everyone in this group really struggling to stay with us. De La Parte can't, Felina can though. Let's continue going, try and burn everything, but it looks like we're unable to drop any guys on this climb. Let's try and push it over the top, and you can see just 4 riders now in the front group. We've got Felina, Ulysses and FreeLanda. I'm going to sit up surely because Astana have to do the riding with the numbers in this group. 18 riders. I think CCC will help bring it back in. Ulysses on the counter attack. Let's just try and sit here as long as possible with Landa. We're struggling for red now. Hopefully we can stay on FreeLanda's wheel, and I think the race is between these guys here. So Moscon is chasing hard for Ineos. We're just going to sit here in this group. I can't believe Ulysses is still pacing on the front. You can see it's a pretty downhill finish. We're just going to sit on the wheels here. We don't really have the strength to attack, and we're not the best sprinter either in this group. Let's follow Diego Ulysses. 2k to go now in the race. The other group are slowly catching, and they have caught us here. Let's try and catch everyone off guard. Sprint early with Mikel Landa. Moscon follows our wheel. I think we've gone way too early here though, and the race is going to be won by Diego Ulysses. FreeLanda coming late, so's Vendrame. Andrea Vendrame takes the win. Great win for the Italian. We finish in a nice 8th place. A great win today for Vendrame. We tried our best to get away on that final kind of steepest part of the climb. To be fair, Ulysses, De La Parte, they did very well to stay with us. And in the end, a solid top 10 for Mikel. So then it's the final race before the big one, of course. Lombardia is next. Firstly, we have Milan-Torino. I think it's a very old race, and you can see very flat throughout until the final 2 climbs. I think it's the same climb, and you can see very, very steep indeed. We are the second favourite on the day, behind the young star Tadej Pogačar. Also here, the likes of Yates, Mollema, Froome, Bardet. A really strong start list. I mean, seriously, what has happened to our team? Absolutely dying to end the season with the only rider not on a minus day here. So you can see the 5 riders up the road in today's breakaway. Archibald is up here, the man who won that race the other day. We also have the youngster Giovanni Aliotti. So guys, we have about 10k to go before that climb. You can see some very strong crosswinds today. I've put everyone on the front on 95 pacing. Let's see if we can create any gaps in this group here. So the pace on this first climb, absolutely crazy guys. We've been blocked off pretty terribly to be fair throughout. You can see our energy very much drained. Only Pernstein are here to protect us now. And we do have a rider off the front. As you can see, that is the GOAT Balcomolmer. He has attacked the rest of the peloton. Let's try and conserve some energy, but try and come to the front as well ahead of this final climb. So just 30 riders in the peloton coming into the final climb. I think we've done a decent job preserving our yellow as much as we possibly can. I think Molmer has probably burnt a lot of energy trying to stay ahead here, and maybe not the best use of his energy either. Let's try and stay to the front here. You can see Molmer has been caught. Let's try and get some room here. Let's go on 85. Stay as close to the front as possible. It's another attack by Bauke Mollema. My word, he must be feeling fantastic today. You can see Bardet does follow. Do I try and follow Adam Yates here? Oh, we're getting blocked off all over. Let's try and follow Pogačar instead. These guys have a pretty big lead at the moment as well. Let's just stay in this group on 95 with Bardet, Yates, Pogačar, Froome, Higuita trying to follow as well. You can see very strong at the moment by Pogačar trying to catch Bauke Mollema. So I think 2.5k to go. Our best bet is just to pace on maybe 85 to the line. Tadej Pogačar looking so good, it must be said. I'm actually going to take the wheel of Chris Froome. He's coming past us. We've got no red left. Look how much the race is destroyed here. It's Pogačar and Mollema at the front. Froome can hopefully drag us towards those guys. 1.5k to go now. Yates looks pretty much done. I'm going to try and come past these guys. Let's go 99. Try and catch Mollema and Pogačar. It looks like no use. Mollema looks done. Pogačar looks very strong though. Froome trying to follow us, and I think we're pretty much done now with about 500 meters to go. Tadej Pogačar looks in unreal form at the moment. He's probably the favourite for Il Lombardia, it must be said. He's going to win Milan-Torino. Chris Froome is second. We'll finish pretty solid in third. It's Mollema fourth, and I think Adam Yates will be fifth. So you have to say Tadej Pogačar looks in unreal form at the moment. Of course, he won the other race a few days ago ahead of Alaphilippe. We were third in that race as well. Third again today and 45 seconds down on Pogačar. Froome second, Mollema fourth, and it was Betancourt in the end in fifth. Here we go then guys, it is time for Il Lombardia, our final race of the season, and of course the final monument of the season. No surprise to say it is Tadej Pogačar, who is the big favourite today. Alaphilippe and Schachmann are here as well. We're fourth to be fair after our two top threes in those Italian races in the build up to Il Lombardia. Would love to see us win this race. So we do get a very nice +1 day for Il Lombardia. Looking pretty good to be fair with regards to our attributes. And Betrago and Pernstein are luckily feeling pretty good today as well. So here we can see the 5 riders that have reached the first climb first in this edition of Il Lombardia. That is Daya Quintana, and you can see the other 4 right here. As you can see then guys, 80k to go in the race. It's Princeton and Jumbo-Visma on the front at the moment. Breakaways still have 2 minutes. The pace has just been really upped on this little climb right here, and it's about to absolutely erupt on this next climb. So you can see right here a man we may be seeing a little more of next season. Little spoiler for you right there. Anyhow, you can see the numbers in this group going down all the time, and just Betrago and Pernstein are left to help us out here. So the first part of the climb is done. You can see just 33 riders in this group. I think a few of these groups may come back on though, and you can see that is only the start of the climbing. This next part is absolutely crazy steep. I want to try and assert some dominance on the race right here. So just 40 riders left in the peloton. Formolo still sat on the front. Hermann Pernsteiner is now done. We are the only man left from our team. Plenty of teammates for a few other guys in the race though, which is a bit of a shame. If this pace slows, I'm going to try and attack. So it's currently Laurens de Plus on the front for Jumbo-Visma. Pogačar is here. Alaphilippe is here. De Plus, a very strong domestique. Look at this guy's stats. Think he could be done now though. Let's try a little one. Let's try an attack right here with Michael Landa. Martin, Schachmann, Mollema trying to follow. Don't want to use up everything, but I certainly want to drop some domestiques on this section. Over the top, just 16 riders are left. Van der Poel looks done. We need to try and drop him, that is for sure. And you can see he goes out the back on the downhill. 15 riders in the front. So we did keep the pace going, and you can see just 7 riders now in the front group. And I don't see a Pogačar and I don't see an Alaphilippe. They're just behind us, to be fair. I think they will pretty easily get back on. You can see that group right here with some real favourites. We can't have Van der Poel surviving over these climbs. So that group of riders that were behind have managed to get back on here. You can see this man is still here as well. 66 mountain. We had to try and drop him on that climb. He's not one of the favourites for the race. I expect everyone thought he'd get dropped here, and I think he could probably get over these climbs. And I think it will be the 16 riders who compete for the win today. Here we go then, guys. It's Tom Dumoulin on the front at the moment. Still just 16 riders in this group. We've still got a lot of yellow, so looking pretty good, it must be said. I'm going to try and come to the front if we can right here. If the plus doesn't block us off. Let's go up to 92, come right to the front. Let's try and attack early on this climb with Mikel Landa. We've got Martin, Yates following, and it looks like these 3 riders are off the front at the moment. Let's try and keep this going. So it is a counter-attack by Martin and Yates, and we are unable to follow at the moment. We need to try and stay with these guys. Schachmann can't follow, oh my word. Yates and Martin are away at the moment. Van der Poel's still here. He can't stay in this group. If he's here at the end, it is over for the rest of us. Let's try and continue pacing on 84. I'll happily do that. We don't want Yates and Martin going away here, as we seem to just be riding away from that group behind. May even push this up to 90 over the top of this climb here. So it's a big attack by the world champion Alaphilippe. He joins us at the top of this climb through the narrow roads, and it's Alaphilippe and Landa. I will work with him. Let's go on 85 right here. But Yates and Dan Martin are still up the road. We have 9 riders behind us, and luckily Van der Poel has been dropped. This group with Pogačar and Schachmann are going to get back on, I think. So Alaphilippe doing all the work for us at the moment. Absolutely love that. We will come up to 85, do a little bit of work here. But I'm just going to sit on Alaphilippe's wheel. I think that's the best option because we only have 5 seconds to this group behind. Alaphilippe tries to attack away from us, and he does. He brings us up to this group of 4, and it all comes back together here with just the final climb to go. We're looking very, very tired indeed. I think we're going to have to try and stay on Pogačar's wheel on this climb, as Dan Martin is the man to counter-attack. It's a shorter climb this time. Let's try to stick to Tadej Pogačar's wheel. So it's a massive attack by Dan Martin. You can see some riders that have gone out the back already. Maxi Schachmann on the counter-attack. We're looking very, very tired, it must be said. I think we're about to be dropped right at the top of this climb. Oh my word, this would be heartbreak for Landa. Let's just try and stay here, and I think this group of 10 riders will compete for the victory here. So we have 5k to go of this edition of Il Lombardia, and it is Schachmann, Martin, Yates, Alaphilippe, Landa, Pogačar, Benoot. We've got Bardet, Mollema and Chris Froome who will compete for the victory. It's downhill, and then the final kilometre is flat. I have taken Julian Alaphilippe's wheel. I think he's probably the favourite at this point of the race. Let's try and follow the world champion into the final kilometre of the race. He opens up the sprint. Let's try and come past into the final metres. Alaphilippe versus Maxi Schachmann. It's very, very close. Maxi Schachmann takes the win. Dan Martin 3rd, Alaphilippe 2nd. We finish in 8th place today. There it is then, guys. The big German Maxi Schachmann wins what I think is his 2nd monument of the season, actually. I think he won Liège-Bastogne-Liège as well. What a rider he is turning out to be. Julian Alaphilippe denied on the line. I think we did well to just stay in that final group, that final select 10 riders at the front of the race. And so that rounds out Mikel Landa's first season at Bahrain McLaren. A season of ups and downs, that is for sure. 7th in the Tour, 4th in the World Championships. We did win a stage of Paris-Nice. That was a very, very good stage, it must be said. We won the Dauphiné, of course, as well. We won the Grand Prix de Montreal, also winning La Route d'Occitanie as well. I think it can be a positive season overall, despite our quite disappointing Tour de France. But anyway, I will be doing a full rundown of the season in the next episode, as well as looking at the transfers ahead of next season. There are some exciting moves in the world of cycling that we will cover, so that will be in the next episode. But for now guys, if you enjoyed this episode of FreeLanda, do drop a like on the video, that really helps me out. Subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next one.